Yes, welcome all to our next class of GST. In the last class, we were discussing something regarding valuation of supply. We started our discussion with section 15, subsection 1. Subsection 1 gives us the general principle of valuation of supply. What is the general principle? The general principle is that the transaction value shall be the value of supply. What is the transaction value? That is the price actually paid or payable. This rule is normally applicable, but in two cases it is not applicable. What are the two cases? One, where the buyer and seller, that is the supplier and the recipient are related person, or when the price is not the sole consideration. So in this two cases, the normal principle of transaction value is not applicable, otherwise it is applicable. Then we went to section 15, subsection 2. Subsection 2 deals with inclusions in the value of supply. We started with clause A. Clause A માં શું કીધું હતું કે all the duties and taxes other than GST, basically other than GST, any duties, taxes, fees, if any levied by the government, that shall be included in the value of supply. So આપણે ટોબેકોનો કેસ લીધો હતો કે જ્યાં આગળ NCCD નામની એક એક્સાઇઝ ડ્યુટી લાગે. શું હતું કે ભાઈ if 100 rupees is the basic price, 25 rupees is NCCD, then on that 125 the GST will be applicable and not on 100. So that was clause A. Now let us move ahead our discussion with clause B. Let us first read, then understand with the help of an example. Yes, everyone, please come to page number 5.53. Clause B. Any amount that the supplier is liable to pay in relation to such supply, but which has been incurred by the recipient of the supply and not included in the price actually paid or payable for the goods or services or both. Now what they are saying in clause B is that if any expenditure which was supposed to be incurred by the supplier but has been incurred by the recipient, and now we are not paying that amount to the supplier, but still that amount shall be included in the value of supply. Let us understand with the help of an example. Clause B. Yes, a few months back we were renovating our house. અત્યારે અમારું જે ઘર છે એનું renovation ચાલતું હતું. Then in that case we had given a contract of coloring work, or rather say painting of the entire house to Mr. A for rupees 1 lakh. 1 lakh રૂપિયાનો આખો કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ હતો. What is included in this contract? The cost of color, other materials, whatever is required, and labor. Yes, in this case, please understand, in this case Mr. A is the supplier and Mr. Meet Parekh is the recipient. Now please understand, in normal case, service is supplied to Mr. Meet Parekh, rupees 1 lakh is being paid by Meet Parekh. Now in this case, what is the value of supply? The answer is very simple. What service Mr. A has provided? The service of coloring work, then rupees 1 lakh is the value of supply. But અહીંયા આપણે થોડુંક એક નોર્મલ પ્રેક્ટિકલ સિચ્યુએશન લઈએ. શું પ્રેક્ટિકલ સિચ્યુએશન થાય? કલર કામ ચાલતું હતું ત્યારે ઓન વન ફાઇન આફ્ટરનૂન લેબર એવું કીધું કે વી આર શોર્ટ ઓફ કલર. યસ, વી આર શોર્ટ ઓફ સમ કલર. સો they called their contractor. એમણે મિસ્ટર A ને ફોન કર્યો. Mr. A was not available at that point of time in the town and the work had stopped. કામ શું કામ ઊભું રહી ગયું? કારણ કે કલર જોઈતો હતો અને કલર અવેલેબલ નહોતો. મેં મિસ્ટર A સાથે વાત કરી કે હું અત્યારે તમને કલર લાવી દઉં છું. કલર લાવવાની જવાબદારી પ્રાઇમરીલી કોની હતી? મિસ્ટર એ ની. પણ હું મીત પારેખ અત્યારે એમને કલર લાવી દઉં છું. What is happening? On one fine afternoon, say on 7th July 2019, Meet Parekh is purchasing color, or rather you can say paint, for rupees 10,000. હું 10,000 રૂપિયાનો કલર લાવી દઉં છું and on 7th July the work continues. Now the final payment is to be made. At the time of final payment, say the final payment is made on 15th September 2019. Yes, બધું કામ પૂરું થઈ ગયું અને ફાઇનલ પેમેન્ટ કરવાનું હતું. Yes, can you tell me what final payment I would be making from this particular contract and the situation? The answer is very obvious and very simple that I would not be making a payment of 1 lakh. હું 1 લાખ રૂપિયા મિસ્ટર એ ને નહીં આપું. હું કેટલા રૂપિયા મિસ્ટર એ ને આપીશ? હું ખાલી 90,000 રૂપિયા જ મિસ્ટર એ ને આપીશ. Why? The reason is very obvious. Contract શેનો હતો? કલર, મટીરિયલ અને લેબર. બધો ખર્ચો કોને કરવાનો હતો? આ 1 લાખ રૂપિયામાં મિસ્ટર એ ને કરવાનો હતો. પણ એમાંથી 10,000 રૂપિયાનો ખર્ચો કોણે કર્યો? મીત પારેખે કર્યો. એટલે હવે એ 10,000 રૂપિયા આપશે નહીં. I hope that is very obvious in a practical situation. So final payment made. Payment actually made rupees 90,000. Yes, what does our basic valuation principle of section 15 subsection 1 says? That is the price actually paid or payable. કેટલા રૂપિયા આપવાના થયા? 90,000 રૂપિયા. But let us now refer to 15(2)(b). Yes, let us once again refer to 15(2)(b) and try and understand what they are saying. Any amount that the supplier is liable to pay. આ 10,000 રૂપિયા કોની પ્રાઇમરી જવાબદારી હતી? મિસ્ટર એ ની, સપ્લાયર ની, in relation to such supply, but which has been incurred by the recipient. કોણે એ ખર્ચો કર્યો? Recipient, Mr. Meet Parekh, of the supply and not included in the price. હું 1 લાખ રૂપિયા આપું છું? ના, હવે કેટલા આપું છું? 90,000. શું કામ? આ 10,000 રૂપિયા આ 90,000 માં ઇન્ક્લુડ કરીશ નહીં, and not included in the price actually paid or payable. Then this 10,000, that is amount incurred by recipient, is to be added to the value of supply, rupees 1 lakh. Yes, I hope this is very logical. Why? આ 10,000 રૂપિયાનું મટીરિયલ હું ખાલી મિસ્ટર એ વતી લાવ્યો હતો. એ મિસ્ટર એ ની જવાબદારી હતી. એમને જે પેઇન્ટિંગ નું કામ કરી આપ્યું એની વેલ્યુ 1 લાખ રૂપિયા જ છે. મેં ઇન ટોટલ એમની 1 લાખ રૂપિયા જ પે કર્યા. કઈ રીતે? 90,000 પ્રાઇસ પે કરી एक्चुअली અને 10,000 નો ખર્ચો એમના વતી મેં કર્યો. Hence the value of supply is rupees 1 lakh. I hope this is fine. Absolutely. Yes. Now let us move ahead with clause number C. Please come to page number 5.53. We are first reading clause C and then we'll try and understand what they are saying in clause number C. Incidental expenses including commissioning and packaging charged by the supplier to the recipient of a supply, and any amount charged for anything done by the supplier in respect of supply of goods or services or both at the time of or before the delivery of goods or supply of services. Yes, what they are saying, what the lawmakers are saying in clause C is that in case if any extra amount is charged, any incidental expenses are charged for packing, commissioning, or for anything else done before the delivery of goods or provision of services, then that amount is to be included in the value of supply. Yes, let us once again take an example and then understand. Yes, continuing with the same example that Mr. Meet Parekh is constructing or renovating his house. Now what is happening? Say Mr. Meet Parekh needs to purchase 500 bags of cement. So he approaches one company, that is Ultratech Cement Limited, supplier of cement. Where this company is located? Rajula, a nearby village to Bhavnagar city. Yes, and Mr. Meet Parekh, he is the recipient. Where he is situated? He is situated in Bhavnagar. I hope you are understanding. What Ultratech cement will be supplying? What shall be the supply? The supply shall be of cement. How much? 500 bags. In return, what Mr. Meet Parekh has to pay? Meet Parekh has to pay 500 into, say, 300 per bag. So what shall be the final amount? It shall be 1,50,000. Sorry, it shall be 1,50,000. What Mr. Meet Parekh needs to pay to Ultratech Cement Limited? It is 1,50,000. So what is happening? Please try and understand what is happening. When I approached to the company, they gave me a rate of rupees 300 per bag, and in total they gave me an estimation of 1,50,000. Now when the cement was actually required in the month of April 2019, I called that sales manager and asked them to deliver that at my place in Bhavnagar. Please understand what is happening. I called their sales manager and asked him to deliver at Bhavnagar. And he told me, sir, this price are ex factory. That is, you have to take the delivery at our place in Rajula, and you need to arrange transportation for yourself. Now please understand what I am saying to the sales manager. I am saying him that, see, that is not possible by me to come Rajula and take away the cement. So you send me and deliver the goods at my place and take the charges whatever you want. And he is saying that, sir, for cement you need to pay us 1,50,000, the price that we had contracted, plus transport charges. What transport charges you have to pay? 5,000 rupees, and total payment of 1,55,000 is to be made by you, and we shall deliver the goods at your place in Bhavnagar. Please understand, the delivery of goods is very important. What do you mean by delivery? Delivery means when risk and rewards are transferred. So they took the responsibility and they assured me that they will be delivering the cement at my place in Bhavnagar, but they shall be charging 5,000 extra. Now understand the scenario. What is happening? What value of cement they have supplied? Cement they have supplied for 1,50,000. And what transportation charges they have taken? So they have provided me one more thing, that is a service, transportation service of rupees 5,000. Now I need to pay in total 1,55,000. Yes, I need to pay 1,55,000. Hence this turns out to be a composite supply. If you refer to section 8, this turns out to be a composite supply where more than one supply, that is cement and transportation services, are clubbed, but one is a principal supply, that is cement. Then the entire supply shall be of the principal supply, that is cement. As far as our clause C is concerned, what they are saying, before the delivery of goods, where the delivery was given at Bhavnagar. Before the delivery of goods, if any expenditure is incurred, then that shall be added to the value. So what value of cement they have supplied? They have supplied cement worth rupees 1,55,000. Now please understand what shall be the consequences. On cement, the rate of GST is 28%, while on transportation it is 5%. 1,55,000 is the value of cement. It is the value of cement. ભલે કયા નામે લગાડવામાં આવ્યા છે 5,000 રૂપિયા, ટ્રાન્સપોર્ટ ચાર્જીસ ના નામે લગાડવામાં આવ્યા, પણ બિફોર ડિલિવરી એસ આ 5,000 રૂપિયા આપણી પાસેથી એન્સિલિયરી સર્વિસીસ માટે લીધા છે, છતાં એ વેલ્યુ ઓફ સપ્લાય ઓફ ગુડ્સ ઓર ધ પ્રિન્સિપલ સપ્લાય માનવામાં આવશે. એટલે જીએસટી shall be on this 1,55,000 at the rate of 28%. I hope you are understanding this. Please also understand that all the charges that are recovered from the recipient before the delivery of the goods. Now there can be a scenario. What they are saying, they will be giving me the delivery of goods at Rajula. Delivery ક્યાં આપી દેવામાં આવશે? રાજુલા જ આપી દેવામાં આવશે. But for the sake of my convenience, મારી અનુકૂળતા માટે એ લોકો મને ટ્રાન્સપોર્ટેશન અરેન્જ કરી દે છે અને એના actual 5,000 રિકવર કરે છે. Then this 5,000 shall not be included. But as the charges are recovered for something done before the delivery of goods at Bhavnagar, they shall be included in the value of supply. I hope this is fine. Yes, let us read once more and then try to understand. Yes. Incidental expenses including commission and packing charged by the supplier. Here we are saying transportation, which is charged by the supplier, that is Ultratech Cement, to the recipient, that is me, Parekh, of a supply, that is cement, and any amount charged for anything done by supplier. Yes, our cases of that anything, that is transportation. Anything done by the supplier in respect of supply of goods or services or both at the time or before the delivery of goods, or supply of service. Hence this 5,000 shall be included in the value of cement. હવે અલગ નામે લીધા હોય તો કેસી મારી પાસેથી 1,000 રૂપિયા પેકિંગ ચાર્જ ના લે છે or whatever, તમે કોઈ પણ નામ આપો, it shall be the value of the goods. Like for example AC માં generally installation charge લેવામાં આવે છે. When you go to the showroom, you finalize the model, AC ની price કેટલી કહે છે તો કે ભાઈ 30,000. When you make the final payment, they charge you 32,500. Why that 2,500 is charged? For installation. Now that charges for anything done at the time or before the delivery of goods, that installation expense shall form part of value of AC. I hope this is absolutely fine. Clause number C. Yes, we are moving now to clause number D. Yes. Clause number D. Let us first read once and then understand with the help of an example. Interest or late fee or penalty for delayed payment of any consideration for any supply, and then further clause E. Again I am reading, interest or late fee or penalty for delayed payment of any consideration for any supply. યસ, આનું ડિસ્કશન થોડુંક આપણે ટાઈમ ઓફ સપ્લાય વખતે કર્યું હતું, that we were discussing the time of supply for this interest, late fee or penalty. Again, let us continue with the same example. શું એક્ઝામ્પલ હતું? Ultratech Cement is selling cement worth rupees, say for the convenience let us take 1,50,000. બરાબર, સેમ એક્ઝામ્પલ લઈએ કે 1,50,000 ની સિમેન્ટ અલ્ટ્રાટેક સિમેન્ટ પાસેથી મેં પરચેસ કરી. ક્યારે પરચેસ કરી? April 2019. The due date was given to me, the due date for payment. Yes, due date for payment. The due date for payment was given to me as 15th April 2019. પછી શું ટર્મ્સ હતા? that if I don't make the payment on this date, that is 15th April 2019, then for every month I need to pay late payment charges of 2%. मतलब જો હું 15/4 પૈસા ન આપું તો મારે લેટ પેમેન્ટ ચાર્જીસ પે કરવા પડશે. કેટલા? at the rate of 2%. Now this cement was supplied to me, the supply was made to me on 1/4/2019. અલ્ટ્રાટેક સિમેન્ટ સપ્લાયર છે. યસ, આ સપ્લાયર ને 1,50,000 ઉપર જીએસટી ભરવાની જવાબદારી ક્યારે આવી જશે? on 1/4/19. અને એ જીએસટી એ રેસિપિયન્ટ પાસેથી કલેક્ટ કરીને ભરી દેશે. Now on the due date, that is on the due date, I am not making the payment. I am not making the payment of 1,50,000. Instead, payment made on 15/5/2019. Yes, હું પેમેન્ટ યારે પે કરું છું? 15/5. So I need to pay value of cement rupees 1,50,000 plus late payment charge. How much late payment charge I need to pay? At the rate of 2% it shall be 3,000. In total 1,53,000 was paid to Ultratech Cement. In total मैं कितना पे कर्या Ultratech Cement ने? 1,53,000. What clause number D of this subsection 2 is saying? कि जो consideration, कोई भी supply ना consideration, that is this 1,50,000 ना delayed payment पर कोई पण charge, fee के interest. Yes, this is one type of interest. and a late payment charge નામ આપ્યું છે, કાંઈ બી નામ આપી શકો, penalty, fee or anything. એવી રીતે જો કોઈ પણ પૈસા ઉઘરાવવામાં આવે, if any amount is charged for this delayed payment, then it shall be included in the value of supply. Yes, so final value of supply shall be 1,53,000. Ultratech Cement મને કેટલા રૂપિયાની સિમેન્ટ વેચી? 1,50,000? No, 1,53,000. That is the conclusion of clause number D. But with this, please understand. 1,50,000 ઉપર, yes, on this 1,50,000 જીએસટી ભરવાની જવાબદારી અલ્ટ્રાટેક સિમેન્ટની ક્યારે આવી જશે? on 1/4/19. કયા રૂલ પ્રમાણે और કયા સેક્શન પ્રમાણે? સેક્શન 12 સબસેક્શન 2 પ્રમાણે, કે જ્યારે તમે ગુડ્સ સપ્લાય કરો છો, ડિલિવર કરો છો ત્યારે. સો ટાઈમ ઓફ સપ્લાય શેલ બી 1/4/19. પણ અલ્ટ્રાટેક સિમેન્ટને કેટલા ઉપર જીએસટી ભરવાનો છે? 1,53,000 ઉપર. તો આ 3,000 માટે ક્યારે ટાઈમ ઓફ સપ્લાય અરાઇઝ થશે? the time of supply will raise on 15/5/19. That is actually when such amount is received. Why? That is very obvious. કારણ કે જ્યારે પૈસા મળશે ત્યારે જ ખબર પડશે કેટલા લેટ પેમેન્ટ ચાર્जेस છે. તો આ 3000 ઉપર ટાઈમ ઓફ સપ્લાય ક્યારે અરાઇઝ થશે? when the payment is actually received by Ultratech Cement. આ ક્યારે? normal rule પ્રમાણે, that is when the invoice is raised, or you can say when the last date of invoice is there. So when the goods are delivered, and on this late payment charges when such amount is received. But the most important thing, આની ઉપર 28% લાગે છે, તો આ 3000 ઉપર પણ 28% લાગશે. I hope this is absolutely fine, because આ 3000 રૂપિયા સિમેન્ટની જ વેલ્યુ છે એવું માનવામાં આવશે. Absolutely fine and clear? Yes. Now let us move to clause number E. Just a minute, I'll have a glass of water. Yes, first let us read clause E, then we'll understand with the help of example. Subsidies directly linked to price, excluding the subsidies provided by the central government and state government. And explanation: for the purpose of this subsection, the amount of subsidy shall be included in the value of supply of the supplier who receives the subsidy. Yes, somewhere આમાં કયો concept આવે છે? That is consideration from a third party. See, normally what happens, even in the definition of consideration that we had studied, even as far as that contract act is concerned, consideration can be from a third party. Third party પણ તમને પૈસા આપી શકે છે, who may not be the actual recipient of the supply. Let us take an example and understand the scenario in a better manner. Same scenario. Say there is a company, Green Energy Private Limited. Yes, मैं जे तुमने कीधु कि भाई we had our house under renovation and there is a recipient, Mr. Meet Pai. Please, this Green Energy Private Limited is supplier of solar panels. Yes, અત્યારે it's very trending કે ભાઈ બધાના ઘરે અત્યારે હવે solar panels install કરવામાં આવે છે. So we had also approached to Green Energy Private Limited. Green Energy Private Limited ने approach કર્યો and પૂછ્યું કે ભાઈ હવે અમારા ઘર પર solar panels install કરાવી હોય તો what shall be the charges? So they told us that solar panels માટે તમારે 50,000 રૂપિયા પે કરવા પડશે. I hope this is very simple and practical. But please understand, આ 50,000 રૂપિયાની કોસ્ટ શું કામ મીત પારેખને કોટ કરવામાં આવી? ગ્રીન એનર્જી પ્રાઇવેટ લિમિટેડે મીત પારેખને શું કામ 50,000 રૂપિયા જ કોટ કર્યા? Because there is an NGO which is working for the environment, and that NGO will be giving this Green Energy Private Limited ₹10,000 for every solar panel sold. So what is happening with Green Energy Limited? Green Energy Limited ને solar panel માટે total કેટલા રૂપિયા મળ્યા? From Meet Parekh, ₹50,000. And from the NGO, ₹10,000. And total કેટલા મળ્યા? ₹60,000. Yes. Now consideration ની definition જોઈએ તો શું કહે છે? consideration may be from the recipient or may be from the third person. એટલે અલ્ટિમેટલી કેટલા રૂપિયા ગ્રીન એનર્જી પ્રાઇવેટ લિમિટેડ ને મળે છે? 60,000. રિસિપિયન્ટે કેટલી પ્રાઇસ પે કરવાની છે? રિસિપિયન્ટે 50,000 પે કરવાની છે. પણ જો કોઈ પણ પૈસા સપ્લાયર ને કયા ફોર્મમાં મળે છે? સબસિડીના ફોર્મમાં મળે છે. that is this, so that shall be included in the value of supply. સોલાર પેનલ એક્ચ્યુઅલી કેટલા રૂપિયામાં વેચી કોણે? ગ્રીન એનર્જી પ્રાઇવેટ લિમિટેડે. સોલાર પેનલ એક્ચ્યુઅલી ગ્રીન એનર્જી પ્રાઇવેટ લિમિટેડે 60,000 માં વેચી. શું કામ 60,000 માં વેચી એમ કહું છું? બીકોઝ મીત પારેખે ભલે 50,000 રૂપિયા આપ્યા, પણ એક એનજીઓ છે કે જે 10,000 રૂપિયા આપે છે. એટલે ગ્રીન એનર્જી પ્રાઇવેટ લિમિટેડ ને તો કેટલા રૂપિયા મળ્યા? 60,000. I hope this is fine. Yes. Now, please understand one more case. હવે આ એનજીઓ નથી, પણ this is central government or state government. સેમ સિનારિયો. શું થાય છે? મીત પારેખને સોલાર પેનલ માટે 50,000 પે કરવાના છે અને સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટ કેટલા પે કરશે? 10,000 રૂપિયા. કોને? કંપનીને. સપ્લાયરને ટોટલ કેટલા મળ્યા? 50,000. અને હવે સબસિડીના પૈસા કોની પાસેથી મળ્યા? સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટ પાસેથી. યસ, this is the price to the recipient and this is subsidy. Yes. Now what clause E is saying? Clause E એવું કહે છે કે સબસિડી વેલ્યુમાં નોર્મલી ઇન્ક્લુડ થશે, પણ જો એ સબસિડી કોની પાસેથી મળી છે? સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટ કે સ્ટેટ ગવર્મેન્ટ પાસેથી સબસિડીના પૈસા મળે તો એ વેલ્યુમાં ઇન્ક્લુડ નહીં થાય. તો એ કેસમાં value of solar panels shall be 50,000 only. Yes, value of solar panels shall be 50,000 only. કયા કેસમાં આ વસ્તુ થશે? પ્લીઝ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ, કયા કેસમાં આ વસ્તુ થશે? જ્યારે સબસિડી રૂપે પૈસા આપવામાં આવે છે અને કોણ આપે છે? સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટ કે સ્ટેટ ગવર્મેન્ટ, તો જ એ ઇન્ક્લુડ નહીં થાય. હવે જો આ પૈસા કોઈ એક એની પર્સન, કોઈ એક નહીં, એની પર્સન અધર ધેન સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટ કે સ્ટેટ ગવર્મેન્ટ સબસિડી રૂપે કંઈક સારું કામ કરવા આપે તો પણ એ વેલ્યુ ઓફ સપ્લાયમાં ઇન્ક્લુડ થશે. The rate of GST is 5% on solar panel. So જો NGO 10,000 રૂપિયા આપતું હોય તો વેલ્યુ ઓફ સપ્લાય કેટલી થશે? 60,000 અને GST કેટલા ઉપર લાગશે? 60,000 ઉપર. અને આ 10,000 રૂપિયા જો સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટ કે સ્ટેટ ગવર્મેન્ટ આપે તો GST કેટલા ઉપર લાગશે? 50,000 ઉપર. I hope this is absolutely fine. One more thing, જે ડેફિનેશન છે કન્સિડરેશનની, I would request you to come to your module. Yes, please come to page number 5.49. The definition of consideration. Clause A or B, anything. You can come to the last second line. Whether by the recipient or by any other person, consideration may be from Meet Parekh or from an NGO. It can be any other person, but not include. Consideration માં પણ આ ફળ નથી થતું. It does not include if it is a subsidy given by central government or state government. मतलब value of supply ના principles અને consideration ની definition in line છે. આ કેસમાં what is the consideration to this green energy private limited? Only 50,000. This 10,000 is not even a consideration to green energy private limited. I hope this is absolutely fine. Yes, friends, you may also come across a subsidy which is directly received by Meet Parekh, like LPG subsidy. Nowadays LPG subsidy, see, it is from a government, but though not from a government also or from a government also. એ કેસમાં શું થાય છે? સપ્લાયર 700 રૂપીસ માં મીત પારેખ ને એક સિલિન્ડર વેચે છે, LPG સિલિન્ડર. યસ, તો what shall be the value of supply? 700. in very simple. 300 રૂપિયા કોણ આપે છે? ગવર્મેન્ટ આપે. So that is not at all a concern of GST if 700 is directly paid by Meet Parekh to the supplier. Yes, so that is altogether a different scenario where subsidies are received by the recipient. એમાં તો ફૂલ પેમેન્ટ પહેલા તો સપ્લાયરને કરી જ દીધું હોય છે. આ એવો કેસ છે કે જ્યાં આગળ રિસિપિયન્ટ ઓછા પૈસા આપે છે because someone else, may it be government, may it be a non-government entity, that is making the payment directly to the supplier. I hope this is fine. I hope you are absolutely clear with the inclusions. Yes friends, so we are keeping up till here in this class. In the next class we'll start with subsection 3. Subsection 3 શેની સાથે શેનો description આપે છે, what shall not be included in the supply, and we'll complete subsection 3 and then move to practical questions.